Today I'm going to talk to you about a sequence of transformation. So basically how we get from one image to another. All right, are you ready for this? Here we go. Today I'm going to give you 3 different puzzles, and each puzzle has multiple different ways to solve it. But basically what you're trying to figure out is how do we get from the pre-image to the image? Well, first of all, how do I know which one is the pre-image? Well, the pre-image is the one that has the A, B, C, and D without the little apostrophe. The image is the one with the apostrophe, which we call prime. All right, so pause the video and talk about how to do this and then come back. All right, are you back? Here we go. What did you think of? Most people start thinking about rotations because that's usually one of the last things that we did right before we get to the sequences. So here I go 90 degrees and then 180 degrees. Oh, well then we just translate it up, right? About how many? 3. So let's do that. Okay, that looks good, doesn't it? Ooh, except, let me pull it a little over to the side and you'll notice that my A's are not together with my A primes, my B's aren't with the B primes. How do I fix this? Well, one way is to reflect over the line where x equals negative 2.5. Not something very common if you're in 8th grade. Maybe you might start seeing this a little bit more if you're in 9th grade. But we can do it. We'll just flip it over that line. And there's the sequence. But it has 3. I wonder if there's an easier way. Let's start over. And this is what I would do. I would reflect it over the x-axis. See that? And now I can just slide it into place. So I will translate it left 5 and then up 3. And there you go. All the letters correspond with their image letters. Some of you might have said you did the translation before the reflection. Can I do that? Well, let's see. Ooh, that's an interesting shape. I translated the T left 5 and up 3, but now I need to reflect over what? Well, if you look right here, I can put a line of reflection at the 2.5 and flip it over that. Again, that's not something very common if you're an 8th grader versus a 9th grader, but it will do the job. All right, let's go to the next puzzle. Pause the video and talk about how you would translate the blue square onto the green one. Okay, what did you come up with? Did you reflect like we did the last time? Well, let's see what happens when we do that. Here I reflected across the x-axis. Oh, and let's just slide it over. And although my P's and my R's are on top of each other, you notice how the Q's and S's are not. So this isn't going to work. For that P to lay on its side, it's going to have to rotate 90 degrees. Not 180, but a 90 degrees. So let's see what that does. Okay, there we go. We rotated 90 degrees. Now what? Let's see if we can bring it down. There we go. I brought it down. I translated it 5 down. And now it looks like I just have to move it 2 to the right. Voila. All my letters line up. That's good. Here's the third puzzle. Pause it, talk with someone, figure it out, and then come back. All right. How many of you guys said, let's rotate that 180 degrees? Well, let's see what that looks like. Uh-oh. I rotated it, and it's not looking like it's matching up. I can't even translate it. I can save myself by reflecting it over where? Looks like a line about right here. Where is that line? It looks like it's where y equals 2.5. All right, then reflect it. Okay, that worked. All my letters lined up. But was there an easier way? Yes. Let's see what else we could have done. This time, I'm going to actually translate it up so that the N is even with the N. So that's up 5. There I go. Now I'm just going to reflect it across the y-axis. Woohoo, that worked. Now, some of you might have done it the reverse. Can we reflect it across the y-axis first and then translate it 5 up? Well, let's see. There's the reflection. Oh, this is going to be nice. Just move it up 5. Voila. There you go. All right. So now you've seen that there are lots of different ways to get from the pre-image to the image. You just have to come up with the right one. When you do, remember to be very specific as far as how far you're going when you translate, what you're reflecting over, and how many degrees you are rotating. All right, go have some fun.